Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everybody out there tuning in again. It's your boy Clint Cole, and I'm here with another daily motivation for you. So I was just sitting back, chilling, and I was thinking about failure. As we grow up, we start to turn to certain things, certain directions, just because we feel like we failed something, or we failed a friend, or we failed like an assignment and all this stuff. Like I can say, school kind of doesn't make this a little better. It don't make it any better because you tell these kids that they can't go to the next grade because they didn't meet your requirements. And I get that. So hold on for people that's like, oh my gosh, I've been a teacher and all this stuff. Hold on. We not disrespect nobody. So hold on for a second. We'll get to you. But the thing is, you're telling kids from kindergarten all the way to 12th grade, they need to make these certain grades, they gotta hit these certain requirements and do all this stuff. And the end result is for them just to go work somewhere and regurgitate there. So they've been regurgitating for, 16 plus years. And so now they got to go into this field of work and they have to do it more. So you telling these kids that they need to make a C, at least a C, to pass. And so they don't make a C, they make a D. And some places are more lenient than others, and so they make a D and they're like, well, you failed, so I don't know what to tell you. Oh, you should have done this, you should have done that, you should have blah, 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 blah. Their whole life, 16 plus years, they're being told, oh man, you failed this, you failed that, you can't move on, you can't do this, you can't do that. So these kids are learning negativity about themselves, feeling less confident about themselves before they can even get a job to regurgitate more information. So those that are with me, stick with me, because there's a few people that it'll take a little bit longer. Okay, so we have kids that are regurgitating information their whole life. So they don't care about school no more. So some of those kids drop out, right? Oh, well, they shouldn't have dropped out. This is for those people. How can you tell a kid not to drop out when, one, you don't have teachers that are giving their 110%? Another thing, there aren't enough teachers of color. Oh, well, that's their decision. If they want to be a teacher, they can be a teacher. If they don't. But why would a kid want to be a teacher if they've never seen anyone their color their whole life in a school system, right? Secondly, everyone that's not their color, right, tells them that they failed this, they failed that, they can't move on to the next grade because of this and that. So these kids are basically being told that they're failing from people they don't know, people that don't look like them, and all of that. It's kind of hard to sit up here and tell people, oh man, you gotta learn from your failure, blah, blah, blah. When their whole life, they've been told that they've been failing and they don't feel good about it. And nobody told them anything else. Not saying that they need to be like, oh, you need to pass, just pass them through to be positive and stuff like that. No, because they won't never learn nothing. But it's how you apply what's going on. We need to teach failure to be fuel for children. That is what's going to help them be the best they can be on the other side. Because there are a lot of kids, I'm telling you, all kids are talented, are smart, and have gifts. Every one of them that are born. But when they're put in turmoil, that is what happens. So you got to give people the benefit of the doubt. You got to give the youth the benefit of the doubt, because you don't know how that one kid that you said, oh, you never gonna be anything, they could be your doctor when you laying on your deathbed. And they could say, oh man, I ain't gonna save this person because you felt a certain way. You were frustrated one day. You can't let your emotions get to you. Let failure push you. Let failure drive you. If you don't fail, you'll never learn. But you gotta learn from your failures. You know, if you grew up in the projects, it wasn't that you failed. You didn't put yourself in that environment. If you weren't somewhere that you wanted to be, you may have failed yourself, but for the rest of your future, you know what not to do because you were somewhere that you didn't want to be. You know that you need to work harder. You know you need to work smarter. You know that you need to talk to more people, whatever that might look like. Whatever that might look like. Do that for yourself. Failure, let it burn inside you. Let it burn inside you to be better. Use failure as gasoline. Use failure as gasoline. Let it run you. Let it push you. Let it be your fuel. Don't sit up here and cry and feel bad because you failed something. We all gonna fail. If you don't fail, then hey, you ain't learned nothing. When you always win, you've learned nothing. You've been winning off talent. But when you lose for that first time, it's gonna hit you different. It's gonna hit you different. I can say, for me personally, I've won once. I put it this way. I've won one thing for myself. It was triple jump. I'll tell y'all about this story. It was triple jump. I was like in 8th grade or whatever, going to 8th grade, something. Summer track. I won. And they stripped that away from me. They stripped it away from me saying I was too old. And so out of all the kids that was there that year, I had to send my paperwork, my birth certificate, within a window, within 2 hours or something. My mom isn't there. She's back home in Texas working, and we're in Florida, yo. And they took that gold medal from me. How can you take something from a person? But that one failure is the one thing that has drove me to be more successful. Because building something that nobody can take from you, boy, it's beautiful. Tell me one thing that you're going to do. Comment below. Tell me one thing that you're going to do to fuel your failure. Look at one failure. Reflect why you failed. And then go ahead and comment below and tell me what you're going to do to fuel that failure. Whatever it is, whatever you're trying to do. Alright, it's your boy again, Clint Cole. Thank y'all. I love y'all. Peace.